Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we said goodbye to the phasmid. What is it called? The Insulindian phasmid. But it left us something in the reads. I'm not sure what it is. Could be that, it could be nothing, but it definitely is. It might be something. What's that in the reads? I'm gonna ask. Kim squints. Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look. It can walk on water. Apparently, yes. Like a water strider, only he shakes his head with amazement. I've never seen anything like that in my life. What now? What now? The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black. In some kind of strange semi-catatonic state. Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him. We do indeed. Is that a choice right now? That's what it is in the water. So the sound is indeed this, and not that.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Yes, let's go back to I can't go. That's what he said. Something is very wrong with him now. Sir, how could you not see the phasmid? See. He stares at the reeds and falls silent. And again, this reinforces... my theory that the phasmid is a reference. Or a metaphor, I should say. But it's interesting because the phasmid said specifically that the people tend not to see it. Or that it was never detected by the people who lived here until I detected it. And if it's a metaphor for nature, what could it be? I'm not sure if it is. I'm not sure anymore. Mr. Dross, asks Kim. The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, his gap-toothed mouth shaking. With fear and longing. I'm not sure what that longing means here, but I think it is... it's a little bit of a lyrical longing, rather than missing something at the moment. It's maybe missing things in advance. Our electrochemistry... Oh, I'm still wearing my electrochemistry things. Like an addict of some terrible substance. Nah, I don't think you're right on that. Oh wait, maybe you are, of some terrible substance. Maybe it's not literal. Maybe he can't leave because... Well, I think I think what really moved me in the second to last episode about his line regarding I can't leave. It's the codependence. I think I said it out loud. It's the codependence between him holding on to his worldview and his identity. Like, it's one and the same. For him to leave and to give up that part of him being isolated, him being here, that would be giving himself up. Like, he wouldn't be the same person anymore. Because the isolation is part of him. So if that is what this terrible substance is, if that is what the terrible substance that our electrochemistry is saying is, then that makes sense. And if I touch his shoulder gently, I might break him. Or I might just give him the incentive to not be alone anymore. The plastic cape feels coarse. A light shiver passes the man. Other than that, no reaction. He feels small and frail. He's going into some kind of psychomotoric immobility. The lieutenant inspects him gently. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Dross? The trembling mouth appears to sigh. Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid. What has happened to this man? Old age and shock. He looks at him and then you. I think it's the phasmid. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. He looks at you, but you think it's something more than that, don't you? There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke. I know. Quite a few things about that health check. Wait, quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now. So there's also another possibility. Is that Mr. Dross is the ruin. Mr. Dross is the woman. I don't know what the health check is. I think I did I read his body language. But I don't Before, when I evaluated his state, that's what the health check is, he seemed strangely animated. Kim nods. He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse. Perhaps this animation is induced by something in the phasmid? He doesn't, Kim does not, oh no, he says, he does not seem to be animated now, once it's left. And he looks into to the sea. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall. He takes his glasses off and cleans them. When he puts them back on, he's still staring at the sea. He couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds for him. That could be part of the shock, but you're right. Something is off here, Mr. Dross. He touches the man's shoulder. No response. Maybe this is how the phasmid had stayed hidden all these years. I'm not sure how that... Well, I said this, but I'm not sure where I'm going. Then how did we see it? He thinks. How... Oh, you mean whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks. Sightings are brief, and hence not credible, but anyone who spends a long time with it... Yes, you forget it's there. Oh my god, it's so... It's a metaphor. I don't know what it is for, but it is a metaphor. It has to be. Like, look at the things. Look, like it. Am I deluded here? Am I mistaken? It's definitely like a metaphor. There's a subtext here. I'm sure that is. I just don't. I don't get it. I'm not smart enough. I'm silly and bad. You forget it's there once you spend a long time with it. Like, seriously? And also teenagers, kids, and drunks. There's gotta be. The lieutenant inspects the men. Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The old man stutters. The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse. Well, it's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it in its company. He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe... He looks at his notebook. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all this. He shakes his head in disbelief. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo. No one would believe you without it. Hang tight. We should think about getting back to the mainland to get help. You'll be safe here if we don't take too long. Well, we are gonna... Oh, right, there's something else. There's something else here as well. The air smells sweet and scary somehow. It's this. Of course, it's the... Oh no. A fair weather T500 helmet. And A rifle scope. That's the rifle scope. This monstrous-looking bug-eyed ceramic helmet was in the phasmid's nest. It still has some reeds sticking out of it, and it smells of seawater, but it's otherwise wearable, if not exactly comfortable. Putting it on seems scary somehow. So, Half-Light is head as battering ram, but the minor suggestion is a fighter, not a lover. And then the scope. A common 30mm sniper scope attachable to almost any bolt-action 4.46 caliber. It uses an older style non-dotted range-finding reticle. Is that how it's written? Seaweed is still stuck on the lens, and it's suffered water damage from its time in the phasmid's dowry. That's really weird, isn't it?
Yes.
That's really weird. The old man stares at the reeds. His face shows no emotion. Only a faint tremor passes over his features like a leaf in the wind. We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross. He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should show him the ceramic helmet. Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left wherever he is. I'm gonna show him the detached scope. He turns his eyes to it. I lost. You lost it, Mr. Dross? He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes. He lost the scope, says Kim. Then it somehow made its way over there. That's the wrong it's. With the help of a magpie phasmid. The lieutenant observes lens sparkle in your hands. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot? Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being. I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dross. The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal. He's, That's weird. That's weird that the black... that he had dilated pupils. How do I get up there? Oh, I don't get up there. Okay, so I'm gonna quick save over here because I don't know what's gonna happen. This is all... Oh boy. I have no idea. Yeah. So, what we want to do is want to go upstairs. Unless I find an electrochemistry check somewhere around here or something. And I think we're taking the boat. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. But we tried before going to the boat, and we couldn't do that. Kim wouldn't let me. So, I feel safe doing it now, because I'm pretty sure I'll only be able to do it if Kim lets me, and Kim is looking after us. The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock. Let's return to the mainland. We're done here, he says, adjusting his glasses as he looks out over the water. The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water. There's someone inland waiting for you. Inland is ashore is the correct term there. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and jump out of the skiff. These are our colleagues. I don't know where they are, though. I don't know where anybody is. Okay, let's equip the things that I had before. Because I don't think I'm gonna need my...
You're quite the tide brought in.
That's the man without sunglasses. Suddenly, his expression changes, and he tilts his head. That's the man without sunglasses. Does that mean that the other one is a man with the sunglasses? Because it doesn't look like it from here. Although that might be Jean-Vic Mer. That's who's talking.
You look like a fucking clown, Harry. Not like a funny police officer, but like a real-life, full-time, pie-in-the-face, unicycle-riding circus employee.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen, says our rhetoric. This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags, says our visual calculus on a medium check. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me there, then. It does sound like the same voice actor, at least. But where are his sunglasses? No one else seems bothered by my style.
Bothered by it, Harry? You're a goddamn cop. They're afraid of you.
Oh. That explains it.
Yes, that has always explained it.
This is not the first time he's seen you all decked out in wacko.
Vic, calm down.
That was Judith Minot, very quietly. I'm gonna need to bring her volume up a little bit when she talks. Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heidelstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Trent Heidelstein. I have heard your name, mostly because we keep getting our esprit de corps talking to us about these three. But I don't think we've met after my awakening, as it were. After the beginning of the game.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Mar, and this is your special task force, or what's left of it.
He says, gesturing towards his companions.
Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
That's Judith. I'm sorry. I thought it was Judith. Because, you know, that's how Judith is the Portuguese name. I figured it would be. But, you know how names are. They change.
We have come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kimki Soragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions. That's our rhetoric. Our rhetoric saying.
We might need your help with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence. As if he recalled that he is in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy, says our authority.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Nah, Kim, you've got to have my back. Let's destroy them.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
She says warmly, flashing Kim the tiniest of smiles. Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you, says our composure. Wait, you're the man with sunglasses.
That's right. And you're some kind of a urban scarecrow thing.
What's this about?
Harry, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in.
This is the horse-faced woman, says our suggestion. I don't know why you named her that. I don't know either. Shut up, just a suggestion. I don't know why you named her that, but it was beyond idiotic. You should never address her using those words again. Did I use those words? I don't think I did.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
I remember him. I was trying to place his accent. I remember who he is. This guy and his kid were by the, what's the name of that building? They were by that mural. They're the Kent R&D department. What was it called? There's an R&D department else to the southwest of where we are, and he was there. That's where we met him after the awakening.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde. Yeah, I do recall him having blonde hair. I'm gonna say that. Guilty as charged. He exchanges a look with a special consultant. I heard you lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on. He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was. Says our rhetoric. I'm not sure our rhetoric knows what sarcastic means. And I have no idea what this rhetoric means either. Actually, I suspected something was off. I suppose he was wearing a wig or something. Did you? He adjusts his tie. Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember. Our empathy says, judging by the familiarity you feel towards him, 2 years minimum? Or maybe a short but close stint on the task force? Our suggestion says, he's right. Don't start guessing. Now's not a good time. I really don't owe him anything. Do I owe him anything? Because I don't. Like, there's nothing to lose here. I could just tell him to fuck off. In fact, I'm very tempted to tell him to fuck off from the beginning, and his last line didn't add at all to me not wanting to tell him to fuck off. So Trent Idlestam turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Idlestam. Yes, I am Trent Idlestam. I never said I wasn't Trent Idlestam. So what's up with the kid then? Michael? Michael's my son. Oh yeah, what's up with all the interesting history spying on me? No, I was just interested in the Feld, that's the one, the Feld building and the Martinez beach head. I think that's just a single, what? No, that is not I don't even know what that means, but anyway. And Michael wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence. Him being there with his son, it was not a coincidence, says our empathy. It's difficult to see, but he was worried about you. And also interested in the Feld building. So what are you special consulting here? I like that. I like the way I say that. What indeed? He looks at the dilapidated shacks and then you... I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia group personality theory. He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on. Duped again. No one knows who they say they are. I'm gonna say that. Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily. I'm gonna turn to the lieutenant and say this. Gardner, scab leader, this? Tell me at least you are who you said you were? Yes, I'm still Kim Kitsuragi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57. Still caught up in this crossfire too, says our esprit de corps. You, I'm gonna nod to the female officer. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you before. It's okay, she sighs. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you. Neither did he, actually. She gestures towards Vicmair. We're just worried. You're definitely not. That's right, worried. I'm always worried about you. Every time you don't show up to work, or when you do, but stink. You're a worry fest. She's worried about you, I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant Backpedal is worried about you. Everyone worries instead of working. Yeah, speaking of working, where have you been all this time? Where have we been? We've been fucking off. As far as I remember. He crosses his arms. You told us to fuck off. Oh, I did. That's good, actually. Because I want to tell you again. You told us to fuck off. Oh, maybe I did this before losing my memory. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. You're a detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die. I said all those things? I'm not like that anymore. I mean, I am, but let's pretend that I'm not. Yes, you're sorry. No, I didn't say that. Definitely not. You're the sorriest cop who ever lived. Nothing has changed, Harry. I've heard this repentance shit a million times over. Well, none of this is ringing any bells. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage, Trent. He turns to the blonde, to Kent. This is where you come in. How bad is it? Well, he doesn't have visible tremors. He talks without slurring. He can drive a boat. He's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic. Meaning, that's our rhetoric saying. Meaning you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, pale, and so on. Hey, I didn't forget about the definition of money. What is our rhetoric saying? I did forget about the Isola bits and pale. As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, he makes air quotes for the snitch bit, but also mine with him before, when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting. Interesting? Yes, interesting. I have my theories. And we also have the end of the episode, so we're going to deal with his theories in the next one. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead, leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode.